picture I wanted to show you previously. You look at these two kind of, I visited one area in Bastar, which is all indigenous people are there. Because of the rainfall and other things, you see around the village, how the system has been. It is the vector-borne malaria and everything was there increasing in this. Then they had a meeting, and with the help of a local artist, and we also provided some help in consultation with them. Idea came from there. Idea did not go either from UNIFEM or Govind Kelkar or anybody. Idea came from them, and they said, we want to improve this. This is our priority. We don't like the people come and visit us, and we don't like this kind of, our children are sick, we are sick. So they created this structure. They just got some cement and one artist to design. They said, this is the local area, we want, this is the structure. And they all participated. So in about $1,000, they were able, 1,000 rupees, I don't know what would be the dollar, about, $60. They were able to create this kind of, there is a pipe also, this is the drinking water they got from this. So with little support, you see that there is a tremendous knowledge which we need to resurrect. I was aware of the time. Okay, what are the two things that I wanted to say toward the end? What are the adaptation strategies that they are engaged into? There are a lot of crop diversification. So if there is a erratic rainfall, they are able to have other kind of, I saw some hand, different kind of cabbages, rain-resistant cabbages, and they are asking for the drought and flood-resistant varieties of seeds, asking the agricultural scientists, give us this, what are you doing, what are you engaged this, we are ready to produce. Flood capacity for development with new skills, shawl weaving, production of material like this or this, these are the things that they are engaged into. So non-natural resource-based skills, metal carving, wood carving, these are the things that they have begin also looking into alternative employments. Flood protection shelters to store assets. I would take this question later, but this is from Bangladesh, where they wanted the flood protection shelter to be the shelter for women against sexual harassment. They said there should be some safe environment, so when people run during flood circle, they also, young girls and not so young girls also, women are molested, and they said have a women-specific room in that kind of shelter. So how the two things can be combined. Case of leg production, this case I'll take later, women's demand for consultation. This was important. They said when community is being consulted, women are not being consulted in that community. And I think those who are members here in the civil society is very, very important. We are not against community, but in the community, please see to it that women, adequate number of women is there and they are consulted. Because we saw a case where the land was sold by the community to a wind farm company, Suzlon, which has become now international wind farm. They are setting up wind farms here also. And men were consulted. They were made drunk, and they were promised that 5 years they are going to get this kind of food. Now the legal case is going on, and women said they were not consulted. So what are the policy priorities? The last one. In terms of the policy, we need deepening of the knowledge. We cannot really have the ad hoc kind of state on this. There is a lot more knowledge is needed in terms of what are the climate change effects and how people are addressing this climate change and how their capabilities in addressing those climate change effects can be enhanced. Access to markets. The markets are there, but they want really the negotiating skills, value chain in terms of production and how they can sell their products. Women's equal participation in community affairs. Suzlon case I gave you that how they were not included in the community structures, and these are the traditional structures. Yesterday I was in a meeting where the indigenous women spoke a lot about how they are excluded from the cultural and traditional systems, and there is a need that they should be included in that. So everything is not right about the community also. Access to affordable credit. Increasing gender sensitization at all levels. We heard the story of the Copenhagen and Bangkok and others. And with what kind of effort and then what kind of results come, it is so depressing. Sorry, Kate. Introduction of new technologies. They have the traditional technology, but new technology, not to replace the traditional knowledge, but to enhance the traditional knowledge and have a parallel system of the new technologies. Individualization of the capacity, not household-based or head of the household-based structures that have come up. We don't want those kind of things in the indigenous society. If you look at the egalitarian gender relations, gender equality patterns, 100 years of history you go and you find gender equality. You have a system of visiting husbands, you have a system of matrilineal with economic resources, all you find in indigenous societies, not in non-indigenous societies. And it is important that that history is created and those capacities are being built. Thank you.